As individuals, we are strong, but as a community, we are powerful.
Tell me what you need, and I'll do what I can.
Who are we? MSI. Who are we? MSI. Who are we? MSI. 3, 2, 1. What's up, familia? You already know this is Alan Ruelas, the host of The Most, and enough about me. I want to get right into business. This is Get Going with MSI. We have a very special guest. As you know, all of the above we highlight. So we have...
Hi guys, my name is Emma. I'm away.
Yes. So today we're going to have a very special sit down because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to, I would like to say inform everyone here. So we're going to have a nice conversation. Mm-hmm. And I think that one of the things I want to highlight is obviously you. First and foremost, obviously, mental health is so important for me. Mm-hmm. How are you doing, friend?
I think I'm doing okay. It's been a long little week. I actually just got over sickness. I had strep throat. I had a really bad time with the hospital, and I actually was able to come back to the real world Wednesday, and then I just kind of dived in. I had my internship, I had work that morning, and then I had school the next day, and I hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm. For those, meaning myself,
mm-hmm.
Strep throat is what again?
So if I remember correctly, strep throat is basically, it's a bacteria in your virus and causes your throat to actually swell up and get really swollen. And then if you open it, you can actually see everything inflamed down there, and you actually get white patches in your throat. Mm-hmm. And it's actually really crazy because it hurts to talk, it hurts to yawn, it hurts to do everything. And you can even for me, I even vomit. You get nausea, you get vomiting, and
So my understanding is that you must really care about someone if you talk to them if you have strep throat.
You must either really care about them or you hate them and you want to get them sick.
Okay.
Yes, because it's aerial. If you talk, and yeah.
We'll go with the first one. So now the $1 million question, uh-huh. because we're all so good at, as you know, we are all leaders here. How are you really doing? Let's check in, let's get into that one.
I think I'm a little scared and I'm a little overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So this semester actually it made it a little lighter. So mm-hmm. I'm currently taking 12 units, mm-hmm. but I like to say 9 just because one of them is my internship class, 495. Mm-hmm. So I actually don't have in-person or online meetings or anything like that. It's just me submitting my work to a professor and having them evaluate it. But most of my time will be spent with my internship. Mm-hmm. And then I am taking 3 upper division level classes, all 400 levels. So I'm taking 460, 461, and 463, all in public health because I'm a public health major.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, with actually a concentration.
Yes.
With a concentration in environmental health and occupational safety. Mm-hmm. So one of them is talking about air pollution, the other is talking about occupational health and safety, and then the other one is actually a workplace health program. And they all group projects, and it can be a little overwhelming because I'm not just working on my time, I'm working on other people's time. So mm-hmm. I feel a lot more jam-packed.
Yeah.
So it's very much me. I'm always doing something. I'm always in my car, driving the 40 minutes to an hour to be here, or having to take a meeting, or having to do some type of work. So it's definitely a very it can be overwhelming, but it's definitely something that I know that I'm going to be done in almost a little over a month. So I'm just going to try to finish strong and then live. I'm just trying to live.
No, yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel for me, I share the same sentiment regarding similar but different. Mm-hmm. I think that, being on a time crunch mm-hmm. is something that, feels good.
Yeah.
But then when something doesn't go as planned, it's kind of it alters your whole day.
Yes.
And don't get me started about patience. That's something that, personally, yes. I practice. Mm-hmm. Meaning I am improving.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Improving on patience and listening because, yes. Those are very cool components to mm-hmm. always improve on, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that, sharing that timeline is something that either makes us really very, very efficient
yes.
or stresses us out.
Yes.
So,
or it can do both. A lot of times it does both.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Yes.
A little Hannah Montana moment.
Yeah, okay.
the best of both worlds. Talking about Hannah Montana and that, world. Uh-huh. Talk to me about sisters. So I want to tap into this world because I have a brother uh-huh. and I know you have siblings.
Yes. So if you know me in real life, I am consistently that's one of the things I always talk about is my sisters, just because I really do consider them some of my best friends. Mm-hmm. what's it called? I have 3 of them. I have an older sister who's 25. I have a little sister who is, I'm gonna say their ages are about to get to, because we all have birthdays very close together. We're all Tauruses. I live in a house full of Taurus women. Okay, let me just say that. So I'm just tell you the age that we're turning. So the oldest one is 25, and then I have an 18-year-old, and then I have a 12-year-old.
Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they're literally my best friends. I don't tell them everything because, at the end of the day, while they're my sisters, we're all individuals. But, like, I treat them as my best friends. Like, we laugh, we stay up till 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, we have little sleepovers. And, I don't know, like, I have sometimes a difficult relationship with my parents, but the one thing I am going to be eternally grateful for is the fact that they gave me my sisters. And that they emphasized our relationship so much, because like a common saying for them to tell me was like, at the end of the day, like, I'm going to leave first. Like, my parents are like, an ideal world, me and your mom are going to die. That's what my dad used to tell me. Your sister's going to be by your side forever. So don't let stupid things spoil this relationship with you guys, because you guys are going to be your cornerstone. There's 4 of you guys. Well, I have the 12-year-old, she's my half sister, but no matter what, she's my blood. That's my sister. He always says, like, the 4 of you guys make a perfect square. Like, your cornerstones.
Oh wow, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, like we're cornerstones.
I mean, I have one, so that would make us a line.
Yeah, like you back to back, like you got each other's backs.
Okay, I like yours better. Okay,
yeah.
A perfect square, 90-90-90.
90-90-90.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Shout out to Tram. See, I do math.
Oh my gosh! No.
Commercial breaks after this one, but yes, continue. Perfect square. I like it. Okay.
We're each other's cornerstones, and not just like
Okay. I get it. We get it. I got you. Okay, I got you.
And absolutely do. They're great people.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Besties
for life.
I love that for you. I really do. And the reason I asked that is because that is something that, I share with you. I have a brother. And I think that is very symbolic, whether it's like a brotherhood here with MSI, but the blood, that's something that, shout out to my brother. Hello. How are you? Teehee. So let's talk about, the importance of family, but also the importance of your personal time, the importance of what's coming next for you. Summer, let's talk about that.
So because I have so many siblings, right? And my parents aren't the most financially well off. I've always shared a room, So the older I got, the more I started to appreciate me time. That's something I definitely had to carve in, because especially when our schedules are so busy, and as we get older, people have less time to share, that we try to fit each other in all our free time. But when you start to do that, you start to, I feel like the bigger picture is getting bigger, but I'm getting smaller in it. So that's why I feel like me time, I don't even really do self-care, but I guess carving out times where I can just sit by myself is considered my self-care. So as I got older, that's something I know I needed to do. Like, no matter what, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go out to eat by myself, or I'm going to do something by myself, or even it's just laying in bed. I'm going to make sure I make me time. And I feel like that's helped me a lot, and it helped me get my thoughts together. And it's actually going to help me prepare for my summertime. We're connected to summertime. So I am blessed enough to be able to work for Aerospace Corporation.
Woo!
Aerospace Corporation during the summertime, full time as an EHS intern, which is an environmental health and safety intern. I'll be with them starting. Actually, I moved up my start time, so I won't be starting in June. I'll be starting May. I'll be starting May 30th. May 30th is my first day. So I graduate, and then the next week I start working.
Yeah, and that's something impressive, as you know, something we really want to highlight individually. We have brothers who are going around, and of course sisters coming through and then doing big things. I think that ultimately, one of the things I think off the top of my head is how much opportunities there are, and how individual paths are strong paths. You're sticking to your lane, and I'm very happy to hear that as a friend, and obviously as a student leader here at MSI. One of the things that it makes us feel very proud, and I would like to hear a little bit more if you'd like to share.
I love to. Okay, so this is something I'm really passionate about. The field is actually really small, really small, to the fact where my professors know, my mentors outside of here who worked at Disneyland, who worked at this, everyone within this field knows each other, right? Because it's that small, period. As a saying, environmental health and occupational safety. So what I'll be doing at Aerospace, you know, when you're dealing with like going to outer space, like the science and then the mechanics and the engineering behind this is going to be very advanced, right? So when you're doing this, you're going to be dealing with chemicals, heavy metals, and all that are essentially harmful to the environment, to the I'll be working in the El Segundo location, so that is
local, right? A little bit local, but not too far out of California.
That's maybe like a 45-minute drive from here. So, and then it is a residential home neighborhood. So you have to worry about the residentials, and then you have to worry about the employees themselves. So my job is to make sure that nothing leaches into the environment, nothing affects the residential homes, and then most importantly, I wouldn't say most importantly, but one of the most important topics would definitely be preventing accidents at work and improving worker health safety.
Yes, and that's under the lines that you help others.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
I one of my favorite things, like, because right now I'm also interning. I'm interning for Safety First Management. It's a company out in Long Beach, and they're a small consulting company, with 11 employees, and they work with other small time companies, and they're these companies' EHS departments. So my job there, since I am an undergraduate and this program was designed, their internship is designed for graduate students, I'm just filling out JHAs, which are job hazard analysis. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm giving a series of an activity, and then we go through step by step to recognize any hazards that might happen, like that might hurt the worker. And so my job in that form is to identify the hazard, how to stop the hazard, and to make sure any safety gear they might need to have on, they know what gear and what classes they need to take in order to be able to do this task.
I always think that safety is important.
Yes.
In general, I look at it and I'm like, hey, I think that is so essential, especially with work and then personal endeavors as well.
Yes.
I'm a very extroverted and adventurous gal. Shout out to Diego for making that happen too. But I think that overall your purpose is very significant, and I think that folks like myself appreciate it, but also where your endeavors are going. I think that my cup of tea here is, when you're in this world, do you feel ready for the real world?
Gosh, no. No, I do not. One thing I like about school is that no matter how chaotic the day might go, how my days might look like, there's always some type of consistency with it. I might not know what I'm getting into, but I have a general idea of how to go around it, right? So now that I'm going to this big 9-to-5 job with people who, for El Segundo, I am the only EHS intern, I believe. And all my peers, my fellow interns, are computer sciences, aerospace engineering, and that, doing this, things I can never comprehend. I don't think I would ever be able to comprehend. And they are PhD students, they're doctorate students, they're master students. And here I am, with just a BS when I go. So it's definitely kind of it's definitely a blow, not a blow to the self-confidence, but it definitely makes you more aware of it. And then it's also how am I going to prepare? But it's just definitely going in I'm just going to do what I can day by day, because I know it's something I'm very passionate about, and this is something I can't be great at, so it's just, I'm taking it day by day and pray and just know that the Lord is going to take care of me, and I'm going to do the best I can.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's all I can do, the best I can.
Yeah, I said it because that is a sentiment. I mean, going into new roles, I myself am going to be embarking in ASI. As CCO, we always, I'm applying the same logic as our friend over here, simply because we could only do our best, and that's what I hold myself to, and that's what I hold the brothers to, obviously my friends to, but I think that that's a very good, valuable message, because you can't really rip yourself apart when you are doing the best of your ability, and your best is your best.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think that one of the things I want to highlight here about my friend is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a very constant person.
That's what I would like to describe myself as. Just because my schedule right now, I always say technically I have 3 jobs right now. So right now I'm currently working at Tender Greens, which is in Torrance near me. And then I also have the ASI position, and then I also have my internship position, right? And then I have school, right? So within these, I have to manage the meetings for ASI. I have to manage the meetings for my internship on top of the workload they give me. And then already, I'm now working 4 days a week at my Tender Grange location job. So on top of school, which I'm here 3 days a week. So it's definitely like I'm in constant motion. Like there's not a day go by where I'm not either doing some type of work or I actually have to go to work. Like I think the only day where I actually do nothing is Sundays, but even then I've started to do work on Sundays. So it's definitely me constantly driving, constantly in motion. And because of this routine I kind of set up, I don't have a lot of time to like do much else or like even sometimes feel much else. So actually that's why I started going to therapy. If you're my mom watching this, I'm not going to therapy, but I started to go to therapy.
She's going to therapy.
Yeah, I'm going to therapy. Shout out to my therapist. And
like the video while you're at it.
Shout out to my therapist. And I don't know. That's something I'm going to change. I like the fact that I'm constant because I know I can get stuff done and I don't have this immense pressure on me because I've gotten actually a lot better about procrastinating. I stopped doing it as much. I'm very proud of myself. This took a lot of time, okay? Where even then, like, let's say, like, I wait last minute to do an assignment. It's not 30 minutes before it's due. Like, I'm doing it 4 to 5 to 6 hours before it's due.
I feel like I've improved a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not to the point where you're probably,
No. I don't feel pressure about turning assignments anymore because I know I've done the work behind it. So that's something I'm definitely getting better at. But I want to be able to, like, emotionally not be in a constant state because it's not healthy.
It's not.
It's not.
It's draining too.
It's so mental. It's when you're emotionally drained too. I feel like I don't know why, but it's also connected to the mental too because you're so aware of it. So you're just getting like constantly drained. Like I was talking about this the other day. I'm not sure if you were there, but there's 4 states of being tired, right? So you have mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, right? And I feel like when you're at least 2 or more, that's when exhaustion hits in. And that's where it's just like, it's hard to function. It's hard to do day by day. So that's why it's like, it's always good to do some self-evaluation and figure out where you are every day in order to be able to move, in order to be able to operate that day.
Efficiently.
Thank you.
Without having, rest is important.
Very much
I feel like I'm one of those that could like sleep on like 3 hours. Pause. Because I say this in general, y'all. Sleeping... Deprivation is the thing. We don't endorse that.
Yes.
But our cup of tea is that there are circumstances where students are running low on sleep. And I do see sometimes that it causes like a grunge, you know? And then for me, if I am low on sleep, I might be quiet, but I think half of the time I'll be having a good time. So I'm very proud of that. But more sleep. That's the message. That's the message. More sleep. More sleep. But nonetheless, I wanted to ask you a very important question because, you know, MSI wants to know, how has your experience been here with us?
I would definitely say my experience here is different just because, one, I am a woman and a black woman at that. But then also, I waited much longer to join MSI. So I've been around MSI since my freshman year, so 4 years ago now. And that was when MSI was only a year old. You know, so we had different administration, you know, there was a lot of changes that have been going through the 4 years. And at first, I felt like, you know, I wanted this space to be what it's designed for men, right? And I already felt a little self-conscious my freshman year, sometimes going in because it's like I am a woman in a man's space and that's something I have to be definitely like conscious about because it's just not about me. Like this space is not about me. This is designed for you guys and I want to make sure that it stays with you guys, right? But then, you know, the pandemic happened. I wasn't on campus for a while, even when we had in-person classes again. And I would definitely say I got back to being here more often my junior year when all the classes were back online. I mean, back in person. And I actually just joined, I became a brother last semester. But I don't know, this place means a lot to me. And I think what MSI has taught me is how great men can be, young men can be. Like, you guys are really an exceptional group of men. And I'm happy to surround myself around you guys. And I feel like you guys are so respectful, which is honestly the bare minimum. Like, to be respectful.
This is going to turn into TikTok.
That's the bare minimum to be respectful. But I feel like but, like, that's something you guys have constantly shown. And I feel like a lot of people are missing it nowadays, like respect. Or some people don't even know what respect is because they've never really been shown it, you know? But I feel like that's something you guys like exude, and you guys, are really great people. And I was like, you know what? With Jeanette and Fatoshi was like, yo, just shut up and join. And I shut up and I joined.
Yeah, no, Hyder makes a big influence.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I love you, Jeanette. I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but
No.
like Jeanette Hyder, she's definitely a wonderful woman, and she's definitely made a huge impact on my life.
No, it's always giving the best for our brothers and everyone in
Most
between.
definitely.
I'd like to echo that, everyone is welcome to join, and it's about academic success
Yes,
and that,
always.
community factor that we emphasize. So I think that with Emma, when we are able to see another great leader, I feel inspired, I feel happy, because your presence here obviously brings smiles, but at the same time, you bring a very, very valid points, and I think that we like to hear them. We like to have our snacks, our salads. And I say that because, I love how, Hyder implements that value in us.
Yes.
And I think that, to me, going back, I'm appreciative, but I have to go back to the OG, to Hyder and Fatoshi. They really bestow the philosophy of MSI.
And Steve too. Steve.
And Steve, yeah.
Cannot forget about Steve.
Yes, no, Steve. Oh my gosh, I miss him. But I sent him a message. I'm like, I miss you. But she's like, I miss you too. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we're growing up. But nonetheless, that really highlights what our conversation is about. Obviously, your experience, but also I wanted to ask you. One of the things that we do here, obviously, academics. We have work. We have family. For me, it's important to know what is something that you're very proud about.
I would definitely say something I'm proud about is the relationships I have with my sisters and my peers. Because growing up, it was always emphasized to me that when you leave this earth, everything that you gain is going to stay behind. Right? The only thing that matters is your relationship with the Lord and the relationships you have with others. Right? So I think the fact that I am able to be called a good friend means so much to me. Like the fact that I am someone who can be a person, like you can come to me in a time of need, you feel comfortable talking to me, you just know that I can be there for you, whether it's my sisters or a friend, like that literally means the most to me. Like I like being helpful, I like being there for people, and I don't know, that just makes me feel good. So yeah, that's definitely, I think, the most thing I am proud about, the fact that I am someone you can lean upon.
Yeah, I definitely... Well, I could give a personal experience, one or two, but I'll focus on back to the salad. I feel like it takes a person to be able to, make me smirk. And I say this because, don't get me wrong, I love interacting with people. I love it. And sometimes when people, do their research and get to know someone, it feels nice when there's a detailed gift or a detailed anything. To that extent, appreciative to everyone who gives gifts. I'm just giving this personal experience. So I remember sitting down and then you brought over a salad.
Yes.
But it was very much Alan personalized. And I know we discussed about it, but it made a difference because we talked about this, but nourishment is so important, what you put in your body, whatever. But when I took a bite of that salad, it was like a yes. And then I was like, Emma really did that because you took the time, you went and you used your resources and then you made it happen, and then I really tasted the difference. And I'm like, this is what a salad is supposed to taste like. And I got the whole rundown about this and that, and give or take, I'm like a goldfish. I have a 5-6 second attention span, but I was like
You just sat there and ate it just like that too, and I forgot the fork and you just had 2 knives and you were using them like chopsticks, and I felt so bad because I didn't get you a fork and I forgot about the fork, but
I don't know what it consisted of, but definitely I think
I actually have those ingredients again. They actually just came back in season, so I'll go ahead and bring you another one.
Oh, well,
yeah,
I'll quote you on that. What goes around comes around.
Yes.
But I think that yes, I'll reciprocate that over, but I just wanted to share that because it's a testament to what the experiences we have here in MSI is very much you create memories, and I think that when you're continuing your endeavors, that's exactly what we want you to take with you. We want you to feel empowered, feel like yourself, and always just do the best that you can because, definitely the real world or just even day-to-day experiences might be challenging. So ultimately, as a friend, and obviously, I think that as an MSI leader, one of our emphasis here is to allow you to reach the fullness of your potential. So thank you.
Thank you.
Would like to say, everyone, join us for our next episode. I think that this has been very fabulous. This is
MOA.
And that concludes our episode for today. We look forward to seeing y'all, and our next guest is none other than... Bye!